Hello listeners and welcome to Chasm Converses. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate my sister Keisha and her husband Dave on the birth of their second child, Miller. And I have 2 nieces now, so cool. And now to my guest this week. I have Kristen Adams from the Sydney-based band Downgirl. We talk about music and influences, including garbage and being brought up on awesome video game soundtracks, shooting music videos in wacky locations en route to the release of their debut EP Manic, and we also get a visit from her cat. So join us and let's get conversing. Chasm Converses. Kristen Adams, welcome to Chasm Converses.
You got it. Hello.
How you doing? It's so cool to see you. So good to have you here. You're joining me from Sydney, is that right?
Yes, sweet Sydney.
Fantastic, cool. I'm in London myself. Are you brought up in Sydney?
Yeah, I was. Grew up in Sydney gal. And
fantastic.
Yeah, all of the band is actually. We're all Sydney kids. Actually, no, Scarlett is not. She's Newcastle. That's a lie.
Right, okay. Nearby Sydney though, right? Nearby.
Yeah, close enough. A couple of hours.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, no, it's so cool to have you here today. I've got lots of different questions and stuff to ask you, obviously, about, your band, Downgirl. Obviously, you got some singles and some stuff coming out as well. I'm also very interested in yourself as a musician because, as I said previously to this conversation, we've never actually met or spoken before. So there's so much to talk about and to learn. So I'm gonna, just dive straight into this. I'd love to know because you sing as well as play the guitar, right?
I do. Yes.
That's awesome. When did you sort of decide that you're going to do some vocal stuff and the guitar work? What did one come before the other?
Definitely guitar came first. My family is pretty musical, but my brother played guitar. He's older than me. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever as a little 10-year-old. So I wanted to get a piece of that.
Sick.
Yeah. So, I started pretty young on a little ukulele. And
sweet, brilliant. What sort of music, I guess, were you listening to at that time when you started to sort of get yourself around doing the guitar?
That time, just a lot of my parents and brothers' stuff, just a lot of 70s, a lot of rock and roll, bluesy kind of stuff. David Bowie, Lou Reed,
sweet,
Led Zeppelin. But then my brothers were, there was the whole kind of 90s grunge essence that they have as well.
Yeah, I can see that as well. Yeah. That's cool. I can see it behind you as well. The David Bowie influence is definitely strong as I see David Bowie on the walls behind you. It's so cool.
That's the man.
The man himself. Oh,
there's actually quite a few of my parents' records there as well, actually.
Oh my goodness, wow. It seems they must have been a real sort of influence for you growing up, sharing their music tastes with you. I mean, a lot of parents are myself, I was brought up on a bunch of different 2000s pop music, but then my dad showed me the essence of Jimmy Barnes and In Excess and Led Zeppelin as well. So
hell yeah, it's such a good combo. The 2000s pop and 70s rock combo. It's a good one.
It threw a bit of a wrench into the old musical brain, but even so, that's so cool. So I guess when you were sort of growing up playing guitar and sort of stuff, and I guess sort of starting to sing and all that kind of thing. Did you do that all throughout sort of your schooling into then leaving school and kind of going into join bands?
Yes, it was a big thing during school. That was my thing. I was the guitar player, the music kid. Yeah. And I played more kind of jazz. I got into jazz guitar and stuff.
Wow. Sick.
I don't know, just kind of wanted to challenge myself. And then after school, I played a little bit solo kind of stuff. I played with my brother.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Just around some pubs and,
nice.
Nothing really like the genre we play now.
Yeah, of course.
It was a little bit more I don't know, poppy, bluesy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I used to get really anxious before playing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It got to a point where I was just getting way too overwhelmed by kind of being the front person.
Right,
and I just wanted to take a break. And that break turned into maybe 5-6 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Play on the stage.
A big break, yeah. I guess that'd be like pretty like as you say, like quite overwhelming and stuff as well, especially if you're playing like, because pub gigs can be quite like a little bit daunting because sometimes you could be in front of like a bunch of different people, or sometimes you could be in front of no people at all. And that's always a bit scary because then you've got much less of the room to kind of work towards. So that would have been, I guess, quite a challenge to do that. I mean, awesome that you had your brother with you, but that would have been quite difficult to go.
But those gigs are rough, like you said, there's like, sometimes like 10 people in there and they're all like watching the footy, telling you to shut up.
Especially in Sydney, like I know because I'm from Adelaide originally, so like I'm not too sure how it goes in like Sydney pubs, but I guess there would definitely be like possibly a slightly more rougher than what there is down in Adelaide.
No, just I don't know, just didn't really get lucky with the crowds back then. And I wasn't into it, but I took a sabbatical from that, and then sorry, my cat is trying to get in the room.
Oh, you and me both. I've got two outside the door right now, so hopefully they stay there.
He's really good at opening doors. He just opened the door. He's a genie.
I love that. You have to show him now for sure.
I know. Okay.
This door opening cat needs to make an appearance. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Bald baby.
The bald one. Oh.
No, he's an absolute menace. I don't know.
What are those cats called? Is it like a sphinx or something?
Sphinx. Yeah, he's a sphinx.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Yeah. All right.
That is so cool.
You can stay inside then. You just gotta behave. Don't knock anything over.
I feel like his limbs would be long enough to just reach for the door handle and just like whack it open.
No, he's fully mastered it now. He just jumps up and pulls it and kicks it with his feet.
Oh my God.
Like, simple maneuver.
Yeah. Just kung fu on the door and it's straight into your work again. That's incredible. So I guess when you took like what did you do during, I guess, your like 5 or 6 year kind of sabbatical? Did you sort of delve into music at all at that time, or did you sort of just, work or do something else?
Just worked a lot. I still played at home. Like I was still just kind of, it was more of a hobby for sure.
Yeah.
Still played a lot, just not on stage. And I played, I don't know, just like a little bit of session stuff here and there, but wasn't in a band. Wasn't in a band until Scarlett. We were like friends-ish before. We were in the same scene, the gay scene. And she had Boys Club at the time, which was the band before Downgirl. And their guitarist left and she just hit me up and was like, what's up?
Cool.
Are you free? Do you want to come to a rehearsal? Do you want to play?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. It's been a while.
As it always is. That sounds really good.
Yeah, and then it was all good from there.
Sweet. Was that the first band that you were sort of, I guess, involved with like multiple sort of members?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. The first band that was like, that there were no family members, I guess.
And obviously more than, I guess, 2 people in it. So that would have been like quite fun. Did you really sort of enjoy the fact that you could work with like a bunch of different people that had the same sort of shared interests and sort of like, I guess, passions as you did? Yeah, big time. It was just great from the get-go. Got along with all of them really well. It was the genre of music that I love so much. It was so easy to write. It was so easy to pick up with everything that they were doing. And I just had to get my confidence back, obviously, but that happened pretty quickly. And and then we played a fuck ton of shows, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really I mean, I'm in the same boat about getting like the stage confidence back. I've been off the stage for 6 months now, which is so weird that I've actually just not been there. But eventually, I'll be getting back onto stage and doing stuff as well. So,
why have you been off for 6 months?
Oh, because I moved from Adelaide to London, and so I had like a band, lots of stuff over there. I basically almost rechanged my life entirely. I mean, my creative life was wonderful back home. It was quite good, but my other life was a bit like, I want to sort of get out of Adelaide, and travel and explore. So I came to London, and so, So I came to London, and so
now you have a podcast job.
Exactly, and now I was just like, hey, let's just talk to a bunch of people from home before I leave about stuff that I've never asked them before, and then that just turned into, hey, let's just talk to everyone about everything all over the world. That sounds great to me.
Do it.
I know. It's exciting. It's very exciting. So like, how long have you been with Downgirl? How long have you guys kind of been around for?
Downgirl, yeah, weirdly, like our 2-year anniversary
Oh,
this week.
wow.
And
Okay.
that is based on the first Zoom call that we had
Yeah.
together because
Yeah.
we connected in lockdown.
Oh, right. Awesome.
And yeah, that was the first time we all kind of met and had
Wow.
me, Lou, and Scarlett were
Hmm.
already in boys' club together.
Okay.
And then Alex joined to create Downgirl.
That's so cool. I love the fact,
Um,
because I mean, I was talking about this to someone else on the podcast the other day, actually, about like obviously how COVID was one of those things that like there was such a blessing, but like as a blessing and it was a curse as well. But there were so
yeah,
many like good things that came out of it, apart from obviously all the bad stuff. And I guess, Downgirl came out of COVID, which is pretty awesome.
that's
So
it. Yeah, little COVID baby.
exactly,
Yeah,
plenty of positives and good
yeah.
things. So you would have absolutely loved to be able to like, get out of COVID and then go straight into playing shows with your
Oh
brand new
yeah.
band.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 years ago now. That's crazy. It feels like yesterday. But
Mm,
we've done so much in 2 years as well. Like so
yeah.
much shit. Like I can't even believe we've got like the EP coming out already and everything.
Mm, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a bit of a look through of all that sort of stuff. Like, you got a few songs and that sort of thing coming out already, like Manic, and obviously Boys came out the other day as well, which is like, so much fucking awesome tracks. It reminds me of even like yeah, it reminds me a bit like it reminds me of the band Garbage, which is one of my favorite bands. And they're from
Yes.
London actually themselves. Shirley Manson and such. Yeah, it really reminded me of their sound. And I was like, this is awesome because I'm a massive fan of those. The rest fan of that.
Totally. Oh, that's such a great compliment. I was literally saying to somebody today that Garbage was like one of my first 3 CDs
Yeah.
that I
Oh,
had as
sick.
a kid. And yeah,
Yeah.
particularly when we did Beauty Queen, our
Oh
first
yeah, for
single,
sure. That has
big Shirley
massive
Manson
garbage fans.
vibes. Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
L
I
7 kind of vibes. Yeah.
100%. I mean, I first heard them because they did the theme song to The World's Not Enough, which is a James Bond movie in like
Yeah.
1999. And that was one of my
Yeah.
favorite James Bond movies. And I was like, oh, sick. And I was like hell into like looking at all the theme songs. And so that was like
Yeah.
that was my first garbage hook.
So good. They had, I forget what song it was, but it was on the game Gran Turismo, the PlayStation
Oh,
game.
yeah.
I can't remember what song it was, but yeah, I remember hearing my brother play that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
so cool.
yes. I'm like, what is this?
I have a
So good.
massive. I love video games so much, especially the classic video games where they would have just a boss soundtrack the whole way through,
Yes.
because so many of our influences were just grown out of those like games. Like I mean,
Dude,
like WWE, as you
Tony
say, Gran
Hawk.
Turismo. Yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater,
Tony
Need for
Hawk
Speed,
fucking
Burnout.
yes. Yes, Need for Speed. Grand Theft Auto radios as well.
Yeah,
Very frequently, I'll put on Radio X on Spotify from Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto.
I
That's a
love that
good
they
one.
have the playlist. Like they literally have got all the playlists
It's
of
so
all those
good.
songs.
Yeah, I realized that maybe like a year ago I'd got on that train, and yeah, I was like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. That's a really good one. I was motivated Ace of Spades on that. That's great.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I was like a massive like Burnout 3 takedown. Me and my brother were just like all into that when we were younger. You had like, I
Yes.
think we had like Atreyu, the Fops, just like bunch of just awesome
Yes.
fucking like bands on that one. And we just like you'd like start the race off and you just like you'd find the song to start the race off, like your
Totally,
favorite
because you
song.
could pick the songs. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And you could go through, you're like, all right, I'm fucking ready to go now, just straight
Yes.
into it. It's the best time. It's so cool.
I
Um,
love that.
but yeah, either way, like, yeah, you guys, as I said, you've got heaps of stuff that you've been doing and all the rest of it. Like, have you been like doing a lot of like touring and playing shows all around Sydney, as well as like interstate and that sort of thing as well?
Yeah, big time. We're like massive sluts for the inner west. We play around here
Love
in
that.
Sydney a lot because we love it, but
Mm,
also we just want to hustle. Like we want to
yeah,
keep it alive, which can be exhausting, but it's so much fun. We're all best friends, so it's pretty
yeah.
easy to. you
That must
know.
be just so much fun just to travel and tour around playing shows
Oh
with just like
yeah.
with your best friends. Like that must be so much
Yeah,
fun.
massively. It's great. We just did a leg up to Queensland.
Wow,
We
cool.
played Brisbane and Sunshine Coast and Byron Bay. And
So
we
cool.
drove up
Oh,
again.
road trip.
Lucky we're friends, so it's yeah, Scarlett's car has seen a lot of mileage with Downgirl.
Oh,
So
right, really?
yeah, but yeah, we've been playing heaps of shows.
That's cool. Is her car like is her car like the car that always gets the one is always the one that you take to tour around
Yeah.
with?
Oh
Right,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Her Dodge Nitro.
Yeah, I remember when I was in my band, Paper Sunsets, back in the day in Adelaide, we did like a few little tours, like I mean, like a handful of times basically. But because obviously in Adelaide, we've always like, we'd sort of have to draw like, okay, whose car are we using this time to take up? Because it's a long drive, it's Melbourne 8 hours,
Yeah.
and like Sydney's like another fucking 12 or so on top of that. So who's taking the
Yeah.
cars? I
Well,
might start,
shit,
I
we
think,
haven't
yeah.
been to Adelaide yet, so
Really?
I know
Damn.
that's next. We played Albury recently, and there was like the sign that goes
Yeah.
to Adelaide, and we're
Right,
like,
yeah.
one day we'll drive down.
The closest we've got is the sign. Cool.
Yeah, we got there. We got there. We got to the sign.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, yeah, we haven't. We really want to do Adelaide and Western Australia. We got to get over to Perth. We got some buddies over there. We really want to play with, but that's a
Yeah.
big.
It'd be like
Yeah.
a 2 day drive to get to Perth. I know it's 1 day from Adelaide to get to Perth. It's literally 24 hours to drive there from Adelaide. So I guess it'd be almost 2 days for you guys.
Yeah, I
But
think we'll
worth
fly
it.
that way.
Yeah. That'd
Which
be a
is
very good idea.
expensive.
I
It's
know.
expensive to do that, and we're just musicians.
I know. We don't have any
We don't have
money.
money.
We can't afford to fly anywhere. Like that's like proper stuff. When you get to the point when you're able to fly to a gig, that's when you know you're doing something right.
Exactly. But then something will happen, like they break your guitar, and then you're like, I'm still losing.
You lose your luggage or something like that. You're like, oh damn, half the stuff arrived, half of it didn't. Like
Yeah.
one of the members just didn't get on the plane or something. Like
Yeah, always something with the planes, honestly.
Oh
But
no,
yeah.
I mean, you should definitely go down to Adelaide. You would absolutely vibe down in Adelaide. I can tell that for absolute certain.
What's the best? Where should we play in Adelaide? What's the best
Crown
kind
and
of
Anchor.
dive bar? What is it?
The Crown and Anchor would be a great one for you guys to play. The old cranker. Welcomes all and is just always an absolute fucking vibe. There's always a bunch of people there. I miss playing the cranker so much. It's just like the one. There's lots of different like little hotspots and stuff around Adelaide with venues and that sort of thing. But the cranker is one that's you'll always get people there on every single night of the week. There's no doubt about it. But even so, like yeah, that sounds so cool. What like because I guess obviously you said like you've done your touring up through like the East Coast and stuff up to Byron Bay and all those kind of things. Are these like shows that you guys kind of jumped on other people's shows, or did you put these shows on yourself, or like did you have some like a really good community of bands around you that you could sort of go up there with?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix. Some are like recently we're supporting the band Glitterous.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done a couple. We're doing like Canberra with them, and we did like Wollongong and Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
The Queensland shows were part of like a festival that our mate Pricey put on.
Okay.
And that was like with Battlesnake and a couple other people as well.
Cool.
So that was a cute little community of bands doing a little tour. But yeah, we love that. We love playing festivals. But in between, we pepper it with headlining shows.
That sounds
mostly
sweet.
if we have like a single out or something, we'll put a lot of effort into putting on a banger show.
Oh, 100%.
In Sydney or Melbourne. Down to Melbourne again.
That sounds sick.
Yeah, we played there was this record store in Byron Bay called Howl and Moan Records.
Yeah.
It was the most hectic show.
Really?
It was our show. And it was in this tiny record shop. It was literally like the size of this room.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, we just like all fit on the floor and played for like an hour, and everyone was wasted, and it was great.
Man, sounds absolutely hectic to me, but it sounds like
Yeah.
sweet. Like, I mean, yeah, going on like playing shows on the road and just going into these like different venues and stuff, being like, oh yeah, where's the stage? It's there. What floor? The floor
Yeah.
is the stage. Oh, cool. Right.
Where should we leave our stuff? Oh,
Yeah.
just in that corner on top of that bookshelf. Like, where's the green room? It's that couch.
In the same area as the stage time. Yeah. Oh, that's arts.
But those are my favorite shows. They're the best ones, I think.
Yeah.
And
The real
like
into ones.
floor show is so great.
100%. And you said you guys played some did you guys play some festivals as well, you said?
Coming up, we have some.
Oh.
We're playing
Sick.
the Pier Festival in Melbourne, which
wonderful.
is like a big kind of queer festival
Yeah.
down there in Victoria. Off the Rails in Sydney, which used to be called
Right.
King Street Crawl.
Okay.
It's going to be sick. I'm so excited for that one. Amal and the Sisters headlining that one.
Oh, wow. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And it's the 1st of October, which is daylight savings. So
right.
it's going to be in the sunshine.
Yeah. Is that like the one that gives you like an extra hour of sleep, or do you lose sleep on that one? I always get confused.
Extra hour. Hour.
That's good.
The sun will go down at like 8 o'clock or something.
Yeah, right. Nice. It's so confusing over here because like I came during the solstice in like June or July. So it just stays bright for like the entire day and it goes dark for like an hour and a half, then it becomes sunny again.
Yeah, that's so trippy.
and you're just like, what does this ever get dark over here? But it stays like that for like a week or 2 weeks. Like it gets dark like an extra hour or so every day for like a week or two until it finally reverts back to normal. But for those first like couple of days or whatever, you're just like, man, you literally go to bed at 9:30 and it's still like sunny outside. And I used to hear jokes about that back in the day and never used to understand it. And then I came over here and I'm like, oh shit, so that's what they meant.
Yeah, that is trippy. You got to put the blinds down. You got to black everything out. I once went to my family on my mom's side is from Estonia.
Right. Okay.
We went over there. I think I was like nine or something. And we went in the summer and same thing. The sun would go down at like 2 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
It was the weirdest shit. I just remember we were like coming back on a boat and it was 2 in the morning and the sun was just setting. I was like, where the fuck am I? This is scary. How do people live like this?
Yeah, that's it. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more about the Downgirl stuff. I did watch the Manic music video, and I thought that was the most trippiest thing ever. The things are like all upside down and shit. How did you do that? Tell me your secrets.
The magic of film. We there was a literal upside down house in Moore Park, the entertainment quarter.
Right.
And we were discussing the film clip, and originally we had these ideas for like we would all be in like different jobs and different scenes, and we each had like a color.
Right.
And then Alex just saw this house online, on Instagram or whatever, and each room had like its own kind of color, and we were like, oh my God, and it's upside down. That's perfect. Like represent Manic incredibly, which is about, not knowing which way is up because you're so caught inside your head in lockdown.
100%. Yeah, that's that.
And we just reached out to them and we pled poor. We're like, hey, we're a local band. Can we use it for a few hours? And they were like, yeah, for X amount of money. And we got in there. We had like, I think 3 hours to shoot, which is insane.
Yeah, right.
Not enough time at all, but we just got in, hammered it out.
Yeah.
We had to take ginger tablets so we wouldn't get like seasick.
Oh, right.
Because not only was it upside down, it was lopsided.
Oh, right. Jesus.
Wow. So if you looked out the window, you would just your stomach would turn. It was
just very disproportionate.
Yeah, it was really, really hard, and we're all in there like playing like fully and headbanging and everything. And we were all very.
sounds like one of those things that you would go to. Like, I don't know if you ever went to one of these when you were a kid, but you'd go to those like fun houses or whatever, and you'd like walk into the
Yes.
room that was like that would like get smaller and smaller and smaller,
Yeah.
or like the staircase
Exactly
that would
like
like that would turn.
Yeah, you try to walk across the bridge, and it's like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Scarlett vomited actually.
Oh no. Oh man. I mean, I wouldn't
Even
be
on
surprised.
my
I feel like someone had to. Like, I feel like someone had to, especially if you're there for 3 hours playing like in a lopsided house.
Yeah, it was intense. But yeah, that film clip was really fun. I love that clip.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, and obviously, and like even like as I said, the most recent one that came out, "Boys," such a cool track. I've had it on repeat for like a couple of days now because I got to have the sneaky download version first before it came out, which is nice.
Nice.
And then I was like, oh, I feel bad for listening to it without getting the streaming count up, so I should listen to I should listen to it now to get the streaming count up a
How
bit.
dare you? You're rubbing off the 0.05
I know, it's so bad, right? But no, it's such a good song. I really enjoy it. It must be an absolute banger to play live. That was my first thought when I heard it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely my favorite to play live, I would say. Yeah, for sure. It's got the biggest energy. We love it so much. Like we all wrote it together so authentically. It just feels like our song,
Yeah,
so
okay.
Like, it just feels like such a Downgirl song. We used to be we don't do it so much anymore, but when we would get to the breakdown, whenever we'd play it live, Alex and I, the lead singer, would always just do something like as stupid as we could. Like she would get on top of my shoulders, and we'd come to the crowd, and like she'd be singing, and we'd be running around on like bar tables, and I don't know, just doing crazy nonsense.
Giving that energy, just giving that absolute energy to the crowd. Because I mean, I've seen like a few of the photos and stuff. I haven't seen anything live currently, sadly, but I would love to one day. But yeah, it looks like you guys give absolute just 100% energy to like all of your shows, and that obviously just invites people to really just be their best and get involved with you.
Big time. Yeah. If anything, obviously listen to our tracks, but if you like seeing us live is the best way to consume Downgirl.
Next level, I expect. lots of bodies flying around, lots of like air guitar and like all that sort of shit. No, that'd be awesome.
There's a lot of you might get wet.
Lots of water being thrown.
Front rows will get wet.
Yeah. That's so cool. I also really like the video for Boys as well that you guys did. Like, you had so many people and extras come in for that shot as well. It was I really liked it. I thought it was very like the lighting and stuff. It made it seem quite, I guess, like slightly sinister in a little bit of a way, but it was really well done. I really sort of enjoyed it. How did you find all the men to come in? Because there was quite a few of them in there, wasn't there?
There was a lot of men. Which we're not really used to. Actually, no, that's a lie. We are used to a lot of men being in our show. It was so beautiful shooting that because they were all friends, really, friends and family.
Cool.
Just a big part, like our community around like Marrickville, Newtown, and more. Community. And they all came along with the best attitude. We were like, hey, it might get a bit erotic. We're going to rub you in a lot of baby oil. Is that okay?
Yeah, right.
That's fine. Like, if I got to kiss a guy, I'll kiss a guy.
Yeah,
I'm a man. I'll kiss a guy. That's fine. So, it was just beautiful. Really great energy. It was directed by Alex's sister, Maggie Walsh. And we had Alex's brother in there as well. Like we had our like girlfriends on the set too, like, and just big family energy, like best friends were there and we all created it as the one unit. It was awesome.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I'd love to finish off by asking you a question that I asked quite a few people on my podcast and stuff, because obviously we're all big like music fans and band fans and whatever. But what's been one of the best shows that you've kind of seen, or like a favorite band that you've seen in any part of your life that you just really, really remember that you just like, yeah, fucking I love that.
First thing that came to mind was recently when I saw Amel and the Sniffers for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was when we were playing Chopped Festival in Victoria.
Oh,
and
cool.
they were headlining, and it was just the best like moment, just watching Amy Taylor just own the stage. She was singing Knifey off their latest record.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck me, I just remember standing there, and she was just like this beacon, like just singing out to all these like women, non-binary people like that relate to the song, and their energy is insane. Like
absolutely next level.
Would hope to match that one day. It's
It's so cool when you get to see like, you know, a band that, you know, you guys like, you really look up to, and you're kind of like, man, that's sort of what I want. And that's sort of what I want to be like. And you can kind of, you can sort of like filter your shows to kind of be a little bit more along there, that same sort of line, which is like, so exciting. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Gorgeous. She's a superstar. They all are.
This has been so awesome, Kristen. Honestly, it's been so great to meet you today, and so cool to talk to you about all this kind of stuff. I love your name. I mean, Kristen Adams sounds literally like a rock star name in itself.
Really?
So, yeah, that's it.
Sweet.
100%. But no, it's been so wonderful to chat to you today. I really appreciate you coming along and talking to me about all the different stuff that you're doing with Downgirl. And obviously, you guys, anyone listening to this, listen to, you know, Boys, Manic, all that sort of stuff. And get on to one of your shows too, and get wet in the front row.
Yes. Thanks, Charlie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning into the episode this week. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Kristen and myself. Do check out Downgirl and their new single Boys ahead of their debut EP Manic, coming to you on September the 22nd. As well as that, the band that I front, Kazarin, has our new single Benevolence featuring Falter coming out this Friday. So do get on the pre-save and get ready for release day. Also, please leave a rating and or review for the show wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I'll see you next week for a new episode with a new guest here on Chasm Converses.